Hello, vintage outboard motor fans. This is T-Mike here on Toledo Bend Lake. Yes, making another video today. And today's video is going to be on a package I just delivered. One of my mail-in repair service customers sent me a package here. It's like Christmas. Get to open another Christmas present. So this is from Chris from Texas. Called me in his 1965 9.5 horsepower Johnson. Having trouble making it run. He tried to work on the carburetor and he said when he opened it up, the cork float had dissolved. So I don't know what we're going to find when we open this up, but he shipped it to me. I'm going to open it up with you right now. I love when people send me Christmas presents. I love troubleshooting. Sharing what I find with you guys and gals. And the 9.5 carburetors are a little different. In this video, I'm going to help share with you how to set the idle speed on it. It's a little tricky adjustment, but I think I got it figured out. Hey, got a note. It says return info to Chris. Cell phone number. Oh, it's a 1972 Evinrude Sportwind 9.5. I must have got it confused. So it's a 72 Sportwind 9.5. Cool. And here's a little envelope with a nice check for $150 for the repairing and testing and videoing and shipping it back to him. That's all good. He did good. And here is the carburetor. Oh yeah, he sent the idle speed knob with it. Very cool. Yep, sent the cover. He's got the little retainer link. They're hard to find. I sell them on my store. Got everything there. So I'm gonna take you outside and show you my 9.5 test motor. Show you how it runs. Good. Should run real good. And I'm gonna put a mark on here. I'm gonna put an X on here. That X is Chris's carburetor. So I'm not gonna do anything to it. I'm gonna run my motor, take that carb right off, slip this carb right on and run it, see what it does, and then with the simple start, then we'll take it off and rebuild it. I'll show you how to rebuild it, how to set this timing throttle adjustment for the idle. Kind of tricky, and I'll show you how to set that. So if everybody's ready, here we go. All right, here's my test motor, 9.5. I've already started it. I got it in a barrel. I've already started one time. It ought to start right up. Sir, starts right up, idle's good. Got a check mark on it right there for it to be mine. We're going to take Chris's. Got it right here on my bench, right here on my little workbench with my other test motors. So we're going to replace her now. If you've never done it before, you don't have to take the flywheel off. You got 1, 2, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, and you got to move the throttle back, and there's a screw right down in there. You can see it right there. You can get to, and the whole carburetor comes right off. Of course, you got to take the choke knob off and disconnect the fuel, but I'm gonna just pull that off, slip his carb on it, and we'll see how she runs. All right, so I've got my carb pulled off right here. You can see that screw that's hard to get to is off. And I want to show you something right now, kind of a spoiler on what we're going to talk about later, making them idle good. This is the idle adjustment right here. You loosen this screw, and this controls the throttle butterfly in the back. This is Chris's. It's got the X on it, and this is mine. He said he had trouble making it idle. I want you to look at the settings where these two are at. Look pretty close. So I don't think his idle setting is the problem. We'll see later. But for you, if you want to set your idle while your carburetor's off, this is where it needs to be. It doesn't need to be up out here, over here. That's wrong. Right there. I would say this is 6 o'clock. So at about 5 o'clock is where you want to set that idle. And I think he's got it set pretty close. So we'll stick her on there now and see how she runs. I got Chris's carb on there. It's got the X on it. Got the fuel line hooked up. It's all bolted up. Got his needle valve screwed all the way in, out 1.5 turns. Let's pump her up with fuel, give it a choke, and see if she'll start. Well, it runs just fine. Starts right up, runs fine. Let's try it again. I mean, it runs great. So I think Chris probably has trouble with spark, intermittent spark, and he thinks it's his carburetor doing it. I'm going to go ahead and rebuild it because he sent me the $150. I'm going to rebuild it for him. But there's nothing wrong with this car. It runs fine. Watch this start. All I got to do is a little pull. Okay, well, Chris called me. I sent him the video, and Chris called me and said, no need to rebuild it. Just send it back to him. It runs good. He thinks maybe he didn't have the idle set right because he couldn't get it to idle good, so I got it all set for him. And in his description of his issues, he may be running on one cylinder. Told me when it's wide open, it doesn't seem to be running off full speed, and having trouble setting the idle is a symptom of running on one cylinder. These things will run on one cylinder, so you may have a spark issue. So I told him when he gets his carb back, if it's doing the same thing, we've isolated the carb. It's got to be spark, the magneto. Send me the magneto. I'll test on my motor and probably do a rebuild on that and get him going. So one way or the other, we're gonna get Chris going. So if you have problems with your gear cases, your carburetors, or your magnetos, send them to T-Mike. I'll take care of them for you. All right? Hope y'all enjoyed the video. See y'all next time. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed making it. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I make at least one video every week. And then go ahead and hit the like button and join the T-Mike fraternity. So if you're this first time watching one of my videos, I have over 350 videos of everything you need to know about repair, maintaining, and restoring your vintage outboard motors. I specialize in Johnson & Evinrude's 3 horsepower to 20 horsepower, 1950s, 60s, and 70s. So as I said, I have every video you need to know on how to work on these motors. And if I don't have one, I want you to let me know. Just hit in the comments on one of the videos and tell me what video I need to make, and I'll make it for you. I've also got every part you need to work on these motors. I have an eBay store. You can get to my eBay store by Googling T-Mike Vintage Outboards, or click on the link down below in the description. I have over 2,000 parts in my eBay store. I sell all the hardware I sell all the kits, spark wires, ignition, magneto components, points, coils, condensers, gear case, seals, everything. I even have some printed 3D printed plastic handle grips and other parts for you. So I have all the videos and I have all the parts you need. I also now am providing parts manuals. So I have over 150 hard copy parts manuals, 1923 to 1958. So you can get your parts manuals from me too. So this is my passion. My goal was to have every video, every part, and every parts manual that you need. And if I don't have what you need, let me know. You can always call me for technical assistance too. My number is 337-278-5429. Give me a shout out. I love text messaging. I'll try to help you and answer your question. So I enjoy what I do. I hope you're having as much fun as I am working on these motors. And remember, always remember and never forget, here at T. Mike's Vintage Outboards, we're doing it one motor at a time. See you next video.